This setup sucks. My lighting sucks, the background is absolutely nothing. But you know what? I figured out how to get my HD camera working again. So, creds to me. Hi everyone and welcome back. It's been like 3 months, which is an insanely long time, but I'm here, I'm back, I'm alive, and I'm gonna give you guys a small college update. So it's been a really long time, and as most of you guys know, especially if you've been watching my vlogs, I've been in college! Yay! I was planning on filming a lot while I was away in college, but I was extremely busy. I had a roommate, things didn't really match up, and so much was happening at the same time, so I didn't really have a good opportunity. I got really camera shy while I was gone. I mean, my vlogs was okay, but being formal in front of a camera was sort of weird. So I'm trying to sort of build up my online confidence again, which will probably take some time, so apologies for the awkwardness vibrating from here. It's not even vibrating, it's illuminating? I don't know. I don't speak the language anymore. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater, which you can't really see. So I asked you guys on my previous vlog on Twitter to ask you some questions about college and college updates and things you just wanted to know about. So I'm taking some of those questions now. They're very general, so I guess it will answer a lot of questions a lot of people have about what I'm doing in college. And if you have any further questions, please leave them down below or anywhere else on my social media, and I'll try to answer them in upcoming videos. I should probably start with the overall most general thing for those of you who have not seen my vlogs before or videos before at all. I'm Ash, or Annika. I'm a Norwegian citizen. I've been born and raised in Norway, gone to Norwegian schools my entire life, but I am currently an Oregon State University student, so I am studying in the United States. Olivia asked me, could you talk a bit more about your major and what classes you're taking, etc. So I'm a political science major with an option in international affairs and a minor in Asian studies. Eric's MIT on Twitter asked how long is a minor, 4 semesters. At least how my school does it, and I think most schools do it, is that a minor is sort of a part of the way you study. So in US colleges you choose classes yourself, but with most schools and universities, I believe, especially mine, what you do is you have certain requirements. So we all, like, no matter what major you're taking, you have to do certain baccalaureate core courses, for instance, like writing, speech, power, different like natural sciences, biological sciences, all of those different things. I also have a requirement for my liberal arts college, which is the college I'm in, which hosts all of the liberal arts majors. Then I also have to take certain requirements for my major, which is political science. Within my option, there are certain of the political science that satisfy that, and to get a minor, I also have to take certain electives that satisfy the requirements for my minor. This is like really confusing all over the place, but a minor is not required, nor is an option within my major. So basically, as long as I satisfy all my back core, all my liberal arts, and all my political science, as well as the general requirements, I will be able to graduate. So if I fail to satisfy the criteria for my minor, I do not have to stay behind further in college. I will simply not get my minor. Does that make sense? My college operates on a quarter term system, so we have 4 terms a year, or usually 3 are the ones you take. So you take fall, winter, spring, and I've also decided to stay for summer. A lot of universities usually have fall and spring, but we have 4, where 3 is required. Therefore, also, the average amount of credits you need to graduate from a term system university is 180. So on average, taking 15 credits every term, you will stay in school for 4 years, 3 terms each year, and you will graduate after 4 years. A minor is usually, I think, 30 credits, which amount to about 2 terms of 15 credits. How much does it cost you to attend the university? How many points in a semester can you earn maximum at your college? So how much it costs to attend a university, that very much depends on the university, in or out of state, and how many scholarships you get. So I'm obviously an out-of-state student since I'm not even from the country, so I have to pay out-of-state tuition. universities in the US are insanely expensive. I'm just gonna say it. It is incredibly expensive to get your degree in the US. However, there are usually a lot of scholarships for international students. If you're willing to put in a bit more work, you can also get scholarships. I get about $6,000 worth of scholarships each term. So that covers a lot, but definitely not everything. I think tuition for me is about, I'm not completely sure, but I think like $11,000 each term. Living expenses, you know, housing and dining, and then all of like additional fees, healthcare, all of that adds up to between $10,000 and $15,000 each term. Don't quote me directly on that. I'm not completely sure because I don't want to think about money. In my mind, money doesn't exist. It's just a number. How many points in a semester can you earn maximum at your college? As I said, we operate on a term system, so 15 is average. You have to take at least 12 to be a full-time student and maximum 19. So this is sort of like outside of all this. I'm planning on graduating college in 2 years instead of 4. I got 45 college credits from high school from the IB, my exams, which means that's 45 is equivalent to about a year, or exactly a year at my college. So I already got sophomore standing going into college. I'm planning on taking between 19 and 20 each term, which is above the maximum, but I'm gonna yell at the liberal arts college until they let me do that. So I'm also taking summer term, so I can graduate in 2 years instead of 4. What classes are you taking? So yeah, I've taken ballet, a writing 1-to-1, which is like a basic writing requirement, communications 218, which is interpersonal communications at my school, art 101, which is just introduction to visual arts, introduction to international relations, and there's one more. Yes, world religions. I've also been on the mock trial team, which counts for credit, but I wasn't able to get that because I started too late. But yeah, so I've been doing 6-7 classes. The following term, or the upcoming term, I will be taking 2 political science classes, Asian thought, ethnicity and film, another writing class, and another class I can't remember. Yay! How are the parties? Anything about the lectures? Do you usually study for things? Is it easy? Okay, let me finish all of the school things before I move into the parties and the college life in general, because there's a lot to say about college parties, okay? I will say, especially for someone coming from the Norwegian IB system, or the IB system in general, university or college is not as different from the IB as they want you to believe. So of course things have been a lot differently. You know, I've been in lectures with like 150 people where you're just a number popping up on a screen when you take your attendance through your phone. But certain classes have been like 20 to 30 people in a small classroom, very much like sort of the 101 teacher-student thing. So I will say lectures and university in general, it's not too much different coming from the IB and doing the IB correctly. But yeah, for some people it takes a lot of time and effort to really understand how college works. For me, I guess I watched like so many videos on YouTube and I spent so much time preparing, so it wasn't really that difficult for me. But I definitely see that there's a big difference, but there are also a lot of similarities. I guess for me, lectures were okay. I always sat in the front, like I've always done, or like I've done through the IB. I always sit in the front row, in the middle, but a bit more towards the teacher. So like if the teacher is here, I will sit in the middle, but like here, in the front row, because then you have a much closer like one-on-one relationship with the professor or teacher as they teach. So it's a lot easier for me to, you know, pay attention, let the professor know I'm paying attention. Also like introducing myself to the professor the first day of class. Do you usually study for things and does it come easy to you? Well, I will admit I have not been as good of a student as I should have been this previous term. Simply because, you know, I moved there have been a lot of changes in my life. There's been a lot of things I needed to adapt to, a lot of difficult situations for me, a lot of really awesome changes and opportunities, and I have not been as strict with my studying as I should have been. That being said, I did usually do all my homework in my classes and go to all lectures, and that in itself helped a lot when it came to exams and projects and things like that. So I'm still doing well in all my classes. I haven't gotten all my grades yet, but I had 6 subjects and so far I have 3 A's. I think I have 2 more A's and a B coming up because I really screwed up one exam because I didn't understand anything. For me it's more, as long as you pay attention during lectures and do your homework, that's like 80% of it. Easy 80% of it. The rest is doing every like project your teacher assigns, like all the credits or points you get in a class. Do that if you have extra credit opportunities. Do that so you have some wiggle room in case you like miss a quiz or you don't get 100% on a quiz, which is very likely. So yeah, I expected it to be a lot more difficult, but it might also be because of the classes I've chosen. I know people doing like math, calculus, different sciences, physics, chemistry, biology. Those are a lot harder when you get to higher levels. For me, it's more like getting deeper into another subject. So far things have not been too hard for me. I know it will come though. I know it will get harder. So I'm preparing, but I've learned from my mistake from this term and I'm gonna adjust that to the next term so I don't make the same mistakes again. How are the parties in college? And sweetheart, let me tell you about the parties. I told you guys that I want to be honest with you, and this is something that's a bit controversial for some people, so I'll try to approach it nicely, but this is how I choose to live my life. This is my life, my decisions. I still want to be a good role model and still want to have a positive influence on you guys' life, so please hear me out. I do go to parties and I do drink alcohol. In moderations, I am extremely careful. I've done this for a long time as the legal drinking age in Norway is different from the one in the US. And yes, I know I shouldn't do it. I'm bad like that. I believe that as long as you want to, as long as you know what you're doing, and as long as you're in a safe environment, there shouldn't be necessarily anything wrong with drinking alcohol. Of course, it's legal if you're under 21, which is something I'm really considering. You know, I don't want to get in trouble for this, but ultimately it's your decision as an individual. No one can tell you what to do or not to do, so just let me put that out there. There's so much to be said about college parties. There are a lot of different types. So far the college party types I've been to are mostly functions with Greek life, so dirty frat parties, as we like to call them. And they can be a lot of fun. They can also be very overwhelming. Some parts of college is exactly what you've seen in the movies and the TV shows. Other parts are nothing like it at all. It's very much what you make it yourself. Now, I was looking for all of the college and movies parts and tried to find those and live those. So that's why my college experience so far has been very much like the college movies. However, you can completely avoid that if you feel like it. I mean, college is the time to find you, do you, and explore what you want to explore. So some people take it all out, some people don't do anything at all. Everything's fine. College parties are loud. I have never seen so many people fit into one room in my entire life. Surprisingly, at my school, or at least what I find surprising, is that they're a lot more safe than I thought they would be. Now, this is not the case for every party, so don't go out there thinking that it's completely safe every college party, because it's not. But the parties I've been at have been very safe in the fact that, you know, there's always been sober friends around me, taking care of or like making sure we're all doing fine. There have been like guards standing outside the door, or they're not guards, but you know what I'm saying. Making sure no uninvited guests get in. All the alcohol that has been served has been moderated. It has been poured by sober people standing behind a bar. No, we haven't paid for it, but I mean, we can always, like, if you want to, you can stand by the bar the entire night and you can see that they're not doing anything to your drinks. I would still say be super careful. Don't go to a party where you don't know anyone, that you have no idea what's going on, because most parties will most likely not be like this. My school is just, for some reason, incredibly safe. No one wants to get in trouble, so people avoid things that get them into trouble. So, especially since a lot of the parties are hosted by different Greek houses, even if it's at a live out, they don't want to be associated with any sort of, you know, alcohol, like, abuse or violence or drugs or anything like that. So they try to be as safe as possible. So there's a lot of controversy about college parties, but so far I think they're a lot of fun if you're in the mood for it, if you're up for it, if you're feeling safe. But there are a lot of parties I have not gone to because I haven't felt like it. So it's all up to you. So those were a few questions about my college experience, which I was able to drag out to make a long ass video. There's still so much more to say about college, so if you have any further questions or requests or comments, please leave them down below and I will try my best to answer them. I think it's a lot of fun to talk about college, as you may have noticed, because college is a lot of fun. Also a lot of work, you guys, don't get fooled. So if you have anything you want to know more about or want me to talk more about, please let me know down below. Now, moving on to the funnest part, I have a giveaway for you guys! So it's Christmas time. I've reached more than 500 subscribers, which is, for me, insane. I know for a lot of people it's not that much, but for me that's crazy, and I love all of you guys and I'm so thankful and I'm like emotional about this. So I decided to get you guys some stuff. So I will select one winner and I'll go over the rules a bit later, who will win a 2016 January to January planner, 100 white flashcards, because you guys know I love me some flashcards. And then we have a collection of my favorite pens and pencils. These are all new, by the way. It's just, these are what's my favorite, what I tend to use, so I thought, you know, I'd share with you guys. A mechanical pencil with some lead, a Streamjet bullet point pen. It's a really good pen, you guys. I love it. This glittery blue jelly roll pen, 2 yellow and a purple highlighter. I usually use the yellow ones for important parts, purple one for keywords. One of you guys will get some school supply goodies to start off the new year, because you know it's in the middle, you need something fresh to keep it interesting. So in order to win these little goody things that I will send you, please leave a comment down below either asking a question about college or making a video request or any other fun things. Maybe share your college experience or IB experience or anything like that. You must also be subscribed to this channel in order to be entered into the giveaway. If you want to enter, please do all of this before December 26th, which gives you guys a week and a half. I know it's very short, but I want to get this sent before the new year so you can start using it as soon as possible. That was it for now. I hope you guys are doing wonderfully. I'm overcoming my illness. I'm home. I'm sleeping like irregularly, but I'm working through it. Have an awesome Christmas or happy holidays or whatever you guys celebrate or don't celebrate. Have an awesome time and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!